Hello Internet! It's me again. I'm doing another video. I know it's been a while and I apologize, but to be fair, this is not my first time trying to make this video. I made it a couple months ago, I guess, and for some reason it came out blue. Hello Internet! I don't know, I was trying to use a different camera, that's probably it. It looked fine in the viewfinder, but then when I put it on my computer it was blue. So we're going to try it again and see how it goes. I am doing the BJD Frustrations tag, which was originally created by Kiwi Ninamori. I hope I said it right. But I will, of course, link to the original tag video below, and I hope everyone does it. I will say from the start that my answers to these tag questions are going to be kind of cheating or non-answers because it's the tag is all about frustrations, but I've actually had basically a really positive experience in the doll hobby, and I'm also kind of a laid-back person, so when something frustrating does happen, it's often very easy for me to just let it go and be like, yeah, okay, well, that happened, whatever. So very few things have really gotten to me, but again, there haven't been that very many frustrating things anyways, so, oh yeah, so I'm sorry if my answers are like cheating or the opposite of frustrating, or non-answers like, oh, nope, never. Sorry. With me today is Luke, my Let's Luen. I chose him to star with me because when it comes to frustrations, there is nobody more frustrating than him. Just kidding, actually. He's a sweetheart. Not really. So on to the questions. Number 1 is, have you ever gotten a doll you wanted so badly, but as soon as it arrived, you weren't sure about it anymore? And I guess my answer to that is kind of no. No, I can't think of any doll that I ended up not really wanting. I've had the opposite happen where when I ordered my Soom Shale, at the time I ordered him, I wasn't so sure, like, should I be buying him? Do I really want him? But then he came and he was more than I wanted. He was perfect and beautiful, so it was kind of the opposite. I got a doll that I wasn't sure about when I ordered, but then as soon as it arrived, I was even more sure that he was the right choice at that time. Number 2, what is your worst shipping experience? I haven't had any major bad shipping situations. The one that really comes to mind, though, is when I got my Soom Tough by trading his head for the Shale human head. And the person I traded with lived in Spain. The trade was fine. The person I traded with was very nice, and everything went fine trade-wise, but you know, after we had everything organized, I sent the Shale head off to her, and she sent the Tough head to me, but she was in Spain, and I didn't know it at the time, and maybe she didn't think about it, but at that time, the Spanish Postal Service was on strike, so it ended up being like kind of a problem in that she got her head that I sent right away, but the head she sent to me didn't move at all for weeks and weeks on end. And it was just because of the Postal Service being on strike at the time. To the other person's credit, she did go into the post office, her local post office, every week, ask about the package. But yeah, the response was always just like, sorry, can't do anything about it. Service is on strike. But it did, of course, eventually get to me, so it was a little scary at the time, but it did end up working out. Other than that, though, yeah, my shipping experiences have all been fine. Everything has, for the most part, everything has shipped on time, and gotten to me safely. So we're doing pretty okay there too, I think. Number 3, what is your worst company experience? And I guess I'm really happy to report that I've never had a bad company experience. All the companies I've dealt with have been very professional, very prompt. I've always gotten back to any inquiries I've had and everything. So I've never had a problem there. Thank Jesus. I've had the opposite, though. I have had a really positive company experience. Many years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I ordered like a coat from Dalmore, and instead of sending just the coat, they sent the coat and a full outfit. And when I wrote to them about it saying, hey, I got this outfit that I didn't order, what do you want me to do with it? They said, oh, just keep it, free gift. And I was like, sweet, I just got a $50 outfit for free. So all my company experiences have been fantastic. Let's see, number 4, what was the doll that got away? And this is probably my favorite question, because I like to say, if you asked me this question 3 years ago, I would have said a Volks Toya. But, well, we have one now. And if you asked me this question 7 years ago, maybe, I would have said a Zoom Tough, but we have one now. So at this point, there really are no dolls that got away. If I were pressed to choose one, at one point I had wanted a Dream of doll Libra, which is the first and only tiny I have ever wanted. But then Dream of doll disappeared, so I could never get one. And at one point I kind of thought about getting a Ippelhaus Mars, but then they discontinued that whole line and the Mars isn't available anymore. So those are 2 dolls, like, at some point in my hobby life, I thought, oh, it'd be nice to have one, but then I couldn't get them. But they were never dolls that I was, like, burning for. They were never dolls that I was like, oh, I need to have it, I need to have it, I need to have it. They're just like, oh, if I got one, it'd be nice. But now I can't, and it's fine, because, again, the burning wasn't there. So if I come across one on the marketplace, maybe I'll pick one up, but I'm not that worried about it. So it's kind of frustrating, but not really. Number 5, what was the most items you've gotten for a doll that didn't work out? For this one, I can't really give a number because I don't know. It's only been like a couple here and there. It's been like a couple items of clothing that I bought for a doll and it didn't fit, or it didn't fit the doll I intended it for, but it fit somebody else, so it was fine. I've gotten a couple wigs that didn't work out, and I don't know. It's only been a couple though. It hasn't been that much. So I can't really give a number because I've been in the hobby way too long. But if I were to give a number, I can almost guarantee it would be small. Let's see. What are we on? 6. Probably. Number 6. What is the most money you've spent on items or parts that didn't work out for a doll? Again, because I don't know the number of items that I've gotten that didn't work out, I couldn't really say how much money I've spent on them. I really don't know. And it's not that I don't pay attention. It's just, again, I've been in this hobby so long, I've forgotten many things, and the number of items that haven't worked out has been pretty small anyways. So, how much money? I don't know. If I had to give a really ballpark figure, $75, maybe. I don't know. It's been like an article of clothing here and a wig there. Not enough for me to keep track. Sorry, I don't know numbers. Oops. And last one, number 7. What is the worst time you've gotten something that wasn't as described? I don't know if there's been any worse. There have not been any worst times. When it comes to ordering things from companies or even from people on the forums or in the hobby, I don't think there's ever been any items or anything I've ordered that wasn't as described. Everything was basically fine. The closest scenario I can think of is when I sent Luke's head off to get a face-up. Of course, the artist asked what I wanted, and I didn't really have anything in mind for him at the time. So I told her, you know, just go ahead and do it similar to the default face-up on the Lutz website. And she was like, okay, that's cool, fine. At the time, I thought the default face-up on the Lutz website made the Luwen look very sweet, maybe a little quiet, and kind of gentle, and so on. So I was starting to put together a personality for Luke, and so it was kind of based on that face-up, kind of sweet, kind of gentle, kind of quiet. But then I got the head back, and it was different than the default face-up. It's quite a bit darker, a little bit more mischievous, and a little bit sharper. And so that ended up changing Luke's personality a lot. So instead of being gentle and quiet, he became darker and more mischievous. But again, I hadn't solidified his personality yet, and that change was fine. It was fine. It suits him really well, I think. So, yeah, the face-up wasn't as described. It wasn't like the default, but it was fine. So even that wasn't really that frustrating for me. So that's it. That's the end of the questions, and I guess the end of the video. Again, my experience in the hobby has been pretty positive, so I don't really have any frustrating things to talk about, which means it was probably very pointless for me to do this video, but I wanted to do a video because I hadn't made a video in a couple of months, and I wanted to just get in touch with people. Not that anyone cares, but, you know, whatever. Okay. So I'm going to end it there, yeah, maybe I'll try something else soon. As for comments, I know I have not gotten back to people's comments in seriously like 7 months, and I'm so sorry. I will try to get to those, even if it's awkward because of the amount of time that has passed. I'll try. Maybe. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Alright. But I'm gonna run away now, so see you. Bye.